Hey, you guys. Hi. I'm going to wait just a second to see if that title goes across the top, because whenever I get to talking, it just kind of interrupts me. So I'm going to wait a quick second. Okay. Give it a quick second, you guys. Give it a quick second. Let's see. Something else failed. All right. All right. I'm looking for my cards in particular. You guys just give me 1 second, okay? Give me 1 second. Waiting for that title to go through. Okay, hold on. That's so weird that I can't find them. Okay, hold on, you guys. There they are. Okay, so I guess it's not gonna go off, or it is either they're gonna wait, Facebook's gonna wait until I start talking to do this, okay? So this is a dream I had, you guys, okay? And I want to share this dream with you. And the Most High has started me on a path where I am being prompted to share the dreams that I seem to have nightly, okay? I'm going to share 2 dreams that I had yesterday that I didn't share before, but I'm going to do that in a different live. I'm doing this live right now because I know that some people come on, and whoever catch it, whoever don't. People, okay, so I'm going to go into the dream. Anyways, I'm not going to start off by saying people. I'm going to start off with the dream. So I was led into like a dream. Spiritual scarring recognized by the spiritual scars you bear. Okay? And physical at that, because everything that's physical carries a vibration, period, right? So as I was in this dream, I was led into ancient Egypt, like Kemet. And there was ceremonial scarring going forth and ceremonial cutting going on. And the scarring that I noticed the most was the scarring of the Aboriginals, where the scarring is in triangles down the face, on the body, the dots that you see sometimes respectfully, if I can say, Africans come over with, or Aboriginals carry, okay, that have come over and were brought over during slave trade, okay? These scars were symbolically important for many different reasons, not just physical, but spiritual, identifying markers. Okay, beautiful. This is going to be beautiful. That's why I'm chuckling. Y'all gonna love it. Okay, so you can. My daughter's trying to fix TV. I'm like, why is? I seen somebody walk in the door. Hold on, y'all seen that too? Okay. In the dream, there was different types of cutting going on. There was people being cut while they were alive, and there was also burial, ceremonial, bloodletting. As a symbol of, spiritual going into the afterlife, okay? And Spirit was telling me to study it. I also seen hieroglyphics on the wall. As I was telling my daughter, she was like, saying certain words. And I do that. I bounce my dreams off of, my daughter, because my daughter, I believe, has a gifting for, seeing things just as they are. She's kind of a deep person, and she's not really a talkative person, but, she really is deep. It's kind of hard to explain. She like ambivert like me. She extrovert and introvert, so it's kind of hard to be both. It kind of makes you more quiet at certain times and other times, and she's really perceptive. So that's why I say certain things to her, and she spit back at me. what, comes out to her, and that really helps me. So she said hieroglyphs, and I was like, yeah, like on the wall. And okay, but that wasn't what stood out to me. It for me was the burial tombs that were painted before, after the burial bloodletting happened, the ceremony of bloodletting happened before the burial. Okay, and so I want to read to you what I came across as I was looking all of this up. Okay, tribal scar markings, ancient body scarring, flesh cutting, wearing your scars as a badge of honor. Scarification is a sign of strength, courage, and bravery. It is overstandably a very painful procedure and takes so long to heal. So undergoing ceremonial cuttings without howling and crying would save you from embarrassing yourself and your family. The more scars you have, the more respected you are. As an example, facial scarring is used to make one less desirable to the spirit of death. Scarification is also known to mark significant moments or life-changing events in the life of the individual being cut, like the birth of a child, the death of a loved one, or anything that left a mark on their lives or changed its course or trajectory significantly. Okay, that's the spiritual part of it. In some tribes, whenever a woman has given birth to a son, a small mark was put on their face. In African countries, facial scarring is looked at as a sign of beauty and familial pride. Okay, and sisters, say thank you for bearing these scars. Scarring on the stomach is looked at as a sign of fertility and willingness to bear children. So those of you with stretch marks on any part of your body, I got a lot of them. So yeah, I will forever be proud of my ability to have borne my children. This was very deep study for me, and it made me very happy and emotional. I won't be surprised if I shed a tear by the end of this. Scars to me are a sign that one has lived. That you have honored the contract, the life contract that you have been given in this life. Scars take time to heal. They're sensitive for a while. That's why people have triggers, you understand? But we have to understand and respect that healing takes time, but first you have to actually heal. My location just came on and went off, and I'm not even touching it. My location is off, so somebody trying to locate where I'm at. That's creepy. It also signifies a person's identity, okay? Or identity within the community, the passage and from childhood into adulthood. Okay, so your situations that you grow through, you have to grow through them. Okay, your emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual scars are a sign of you growing up. Like I said, healing is a sign of growth. Okay, but in order to, even your flesh undergoes an appearance change when you are cut. When the wound is cut, flesh are open, it is vulnerable. You are open when your wounds are when they first hit you. So when any situation comes upon you, it's gonna be hard at first. It's going to be sensitive at first. And even as you begin to heal, sometimes the pain gets worse. The memories, the trauma, the emotional, triggers can be a lot to handle. 111 on the clock as I say these things. Spirit is so good. Thank you, Most High. Okay. They also are a sign of tribal. I just heard hood. Why do you think gang affiliation is marked by tattoos? This was the first original tattooing. Okay. Tribal affiliation and spiritual connection was also something that, was a sign. Okay. Caucasian slave owners noticed how differently some Aboriginals treated their counterparts based on the scarring they had amongst each other. No matter the tribe they were from, they didn't want certain tribes identifying themselves based on their scarring, because as they observed them, they began to see and understand that by the level of treatment they were given, or respect, or how they were treated, even if they couldn't understand their language, they understood how they treated each other. Thank you. Based on their scarring. It was also a way to remember home, because all of the things that they had known, such as their customs and their way of life, altogether had been stolen from them. Okay? It became all they had in those times. Okay? I also noticed that as I was studying, it said in the 1980s, scarring shops were raided more to stop this ceremonial cutting and flesh cutting, because they did not want them identifying one another as far as their tribe, their family members, or their status within our own community. Rites of passage. Ceremonial scarring is a rite of passage as a human being. That's why it is not anyone's right to tell you how to live your life and how to gain your scars. That is why I rightfully tell you guys, when you don't blame anyone for your scars, you have allowed them. In ceremonial cutting, it lies down in the ceremonial bed of fresh leaves beneath the tree to be cut. Meaning, when you allow certain pain and things to happen to you, you have to recognize first that you are allowing it in order to take ownership and be proud of the victories and the healing that comes from your scarring. Do you see? Okay. To mask your pain is cowardice. To tell the truth about your scars is power. Seven signs. I'm going to leave you with 7 signs that I've come to find that your scarring and your pain has made you stronger. Number 1, nothing can break you. I found that there seems to be an increase in pain tolerance, mental stress that I can handle, mental, emotional, physical things that I can tolerate but won't. Because I also recognize the sensitivity of my scarring and recognize that I am still healing. So there's certain triggers that I separate myself from so that I can heal properly. Okay? Your scarring and your pain has made you who you are. Okay? There's nothing you can't handle. You tend to find light in dark. When you go through pain and problems, you then tend to find more positive ways of looking at it because you understand its benefits. Kaya nawea. Your love is more genuine. You see. You start to understand that pain is beauty. Okay? Aya nawea katayitasa. You start to recognize that your scarring and the things that you have undergone spiritually have made you who you are. Ayakeya, a rite of passage. Don't you understand? Don't you see that the Most High is letting you know how beautiful you are to them? Your ancestors you are your ancestors' wildest dream because of the things you have endured in this life. You will be rewarded. No longer will we be ashamed of what we have gone through because our scars make us beautiful. In African countries, these people are overcome their pain. Beauty for ashes. That's where that comes from. When they are cut ceremonially, they take the ashes and they rub it into the scars. That's where that ink, that tattoo, that black tattooing comes from. Don't you understand that your pain makes you beautiful? Okay? You have a tendency to love others because you love yourself and respect the process of pain and healing. Your love and your forgiveness is heightened, okay? That brings me to number 3. You're always helping others through their pain. When you help others through their pain, it's because you have recognized your own. And that's number 4. You are self-aware. You are aware of your uniqueness and the uniqueness of others. It's at 118 on my phone and 81% on my battery. I'm speaking to somebody. When you recognize the power of overcoming your pain, you begin to help and express this to others in hopes that you can help them overcome. You start to see how beautiful others are looking when they're overcoming their pain. You see. So you see why our ancestors would be proud of us, because we're standing up for who we are. The spiritual realm has begun to increase in us and one another because of how beautiful we are when we display our scarring. It is cowardice to lie and hide behind a mask. To speak your truth is strength. Pain leaves scars. Hey, sugar. Hey. I like that sound. Y'all hear that? As long as she laughing and smiling, I'm happy. She totally burst through the door. She running from my oldest daughter. It's hilarious. She quick too, bro. Mama, shh. I'm almost done. Okay. You're brave. Give her another butter. Keep her busy for a minute. You're brave. You begin to see, once you accept your scars, the things that you have overcome. Okay, there's a song that's coming to my head. I can't sing. I reminisce on times gone by. Okay. By the ebony tide, I think of what I've been through. I realize it's because of you, Lord. Thank you for the open door, the ways you made, and so much more. Everything that I need. If you know that song, overcome. I overcome. overcome. Okay, that's the song. I had to think about who it's from, but we are overcomers, not survivors. We are overcome by the words that we speak. Again, look at the video from last night that I posted that Spirit put on my heart, which was called Don't Miss Heaven by the Way You Speak. You're number 6, you're more creative. This is how I creatively express my pain. You're not afraid of your scars. I told somebody who called themselves trying to drag me once. What you don't understand about me accepting my darkness is that I am not afraid of anyone else's. Okay? So I hope this helps somebody. I'm going to do a quick little reading. After a while, I got a feeling I ain't even going to be using these. I don't know. Okay. 122 on the clock. 122 on the clock. Okay. 122 on the clock. Your life is undergoing major changes at the moment. Even this message may change the way you see yourself. There's, 1 is the self, 2 is communication, sender, receiver. So the message that I'm sending you is going to change your life. I'm hoping that this does. I hope the way it shows you, because, I began to see when I was studying that the scars and the things we've been through are beautiful. You see, the problems you've been through and the things, you wear your scars as a badge of honor. What you've been through makes you beautiful. Don't you understand that? Don't you understand that? You shouldn't be ashamed of what you've been through, because scarring is proof that you survived it. You see what I'm saying? Also, healing through scarring. Seeing your scars, other people seeing you bearing your scars, it makes you beautiful. Some people get jealous and get mad because in African spirituality and communities, it's a sign of status. Do you see? It's a sign of beauty. Do you see? Let them hate. Let them hate on the fact that you're an overcomer. This one came forward. Improvements underway. Feeling smug or pleased? You sure can, honey. You got it right. You literally, look here it is. You literally have a spiritual right. Elevation of money. Overseas fortune. Completion of a phase. You walking into a new era in your life. You have a new walk, a new talk, a new confidence coming towards you from this reading. From now on, you hold your head up and you know that you have the backing of your ancestors because of your spiritual scarring. People will try to tell you, like those Caucasian slave owners back in the day, not too far back, that your markings don't mean nothing. Your pain don't mean nothing. Yes, it do. When you overcome situations, the deeper the scar, the more raised it is, the more beautiful you are. By allowing yourself to overcome and go through the ceremonial cutting, the problems, the process of it all. Let your haters hate. When going through ceremonial cutting, the more quiet you are, symbolizes how strong you are. Let them talk. Let them hate. You don't have to respond. The Most High is going to respond for you. You know, the word says it's better for them folks who do you like that to tie a millstone around their neck. They have no idea who they messing with. Your spiritual status is increasing. You let them talk. Folks always gonna have something to say, yeah? Peace of mind. Joining of two people. Your spirit and your flesh are one. There is a spiritual ceremony going forth for you when you overcome your pain. There is a process. I heard somebody tell me once, whatever you do ritualistically. When you overcome your trauma, it's a ritual involved. It becomes repetitive for you once you learn how to overcome. It makes your pain tolerance and your ability to overcome stronger. Do you see? It makes it easier. That's where that smug come from. See, it ain't always bad to be smug. Smug people have less to say. They don't feel the need to speak on anything because a lot of how they are and how they feel, it shows on their face. You notice how kings sit on their throne? They look smug, don't they? It's because they know their status and their ability and their strategy. Oh, let her in before she have a cow. Oh, Lordy. Let me get off this. Okay, I'm going to do this clarification for each one of these, and I'm going to let it go. Okay. It's time out for pretending like you don't see what's going on. It's time for you to take control of what's going on in your life. Okay? It's time for you to recognize who you are in your relationship to the Most High. It's time for you to recognize the fight. It's time for you to rise like a phoenix from ashes. 129 and 79% on my phone. 9, 10, 11, that's 2. 8, 9, 10, 130 as I change it, 4. You may have problems and things that are going on, within your family. You're also basically about to come into, a completion phase that's going to cause not only your money to elevate, but your status to elevate. Your worth is increasing. People will start to recognize you as you rightfully defend what you've been through. You carry what you've been through as a badge of honor because it gives you the right to speak on your victories when you accept your failures and your losses and the things that have happened to you. There is no reason to any longer be ashamed. Spirit is telling me to tell you that if you step back, take some time by yourself, you will understand. It's time for you to take a leap of faith and belief in yourself. It's time for you to leap into a new behavior, a new way of thinking. It's time for you to elevate, okay? Because you got the 9 of Wands right here. You got the 10 of Wands. You got the Fool card. You got the 5 of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, you got the 2 of Cups. You got the Wheel of Fortune. You got the 9 of Cups. It is time for a new cycle in your life. Look at them carrying that stick. Take it with you. Good friends, happiness, needing to take a giant leap forward. It's time for you to step out of your comfort zone and do something that you never did to get something you want. And be smug about it. Do not forget your relationship to the Most High. Do not forget where you are and who you've come from, okay? Don't let folks tell you who you are, okay? You don't need fleshly identifying markers. You've already been marked up in the spirit. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You speak your truth boldly and proudly, regardless of who it makes uncomfortable, because you have a right to speak your truth. You're not talking about nobody else. Don't speak on nobody else's truth. Don't concern yourself with nobody else's ceremonial cuttings. You have enough on your plate, it seems. You're weighed down with problems very heavily right now. This is a heavy message to consume. Okay? There is good news coming to you about finance, something financial. Okay? And it could change the course of your life. I mentioned yesterday that you can miss heaven by the way you speak. Okay? Because you speak about your current situation, and money is currency. Stop saying you broke. Stop saying that, speaking on your situation as if it's like something of, oh, I'm broke. I don't have it. Stop speaking on your situation negatively. Speak currently. When you have money, you have currency, spiritual currency. Speak that, bro. Talk that talk. Make sure your words have something. If your words are empty and your soul is empty and your heart is empty, you're going to come up short. All right, I hope y'all get it. That's it for me. All right, next time when we're hearing the light, let me get my shorty. I love y'all. Peace, love, and light.